Abusianfo enti ya sabrede ababeto penax apono so no etwese okorosia memu a arawo sembia ababeto hono ma chese one of the mercenary group mechire Wagner group a wo mo ewo Russia sankofo we mu no me sure se wa wo follow fenisen Russia ni Ukraine war ya betiti omudin wom na afen so eba na Africa hanso a wo mo abom ho edi akotini bi wa ha wate wo mudin epen na arawo sem na chese pani a woda se ekuo ya no sabrede atorenchem kese pa na ato na mechese waye funeral sabre na ni nyina no efa se yese na eja obia ne plane mu na nye plane ya gi pew na papa yi ato anananom wonse do na ensem no ebinom ede omonsa ahyase etenetene yera Putin meche mampani a wo Russia memu amanfo be brain satenetene ni so ama US President Joe Biden kraba be kase asem we die nya ne wanwa onfa sobo ne mo bia agese Putin na eno ode ne nsa ebe kire no so abusia menua be ma nana ewa hanum sei wono de asem we nani die chefinchim before krase papa ye be kwa kokunu kra na chesem se wono no nyankopon ayi a che no dayem kra ma na hu dada se papa no sei ena wo mo de ne ebe fa so ye be kwa nana ho na wadi nchiremu amaye se na asem ni esi ye nana asema ye tete ne no kre.
All right, so it is true answer na no in chiake se nkoma etifo ene ahwefo nyina eneda around 6 p.m. Ghana time and information about say Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin. First of all, let me break it down because this news, no, yeah, the better penalty, but a lot of you will understand. But those of you, I mean, the current affairs, you know, perhaps, no, you understand where this is coming from. But if you are interested, yes, you could be now. Let me give you some brief 1-minute background. Oba Ghana ha, you were militia. Militia ne small groups are almost security forces, but almost police as almost military. But more in times when they act just like the same police.
Yeah.
It's just like bodyguards.
Sure.
Any security agencies, they are all militia. That's a smaller group of military.
Sure.
Oko Russia, so you have this same militia. But militia usually because they operate in larger quantity, we term them as mercenaries, okay, working good for the government of that particular state, Russia. Sure. But they are not with the police, they are not with the soldiers, they are not with even the Air Force, but they are also working to do the dirty works of Russia. Now, one of the mercenaries, one of them is from the Wagner group. Yeah. Now, our Wagner group has been in existence for a while now, but Papai Yevgeny Prigozhin or no, and I say Obaye no Metimakais or the Kwame Nkrumah of the Wagner group. He's been able to do a whole lot of success battles. In fact, Uko Syria, he was one of the key people who are fighting off ISIS. Even in Mali, he was one of the key people and the groups fighting off the extremists in the north.
Sure.
Uko Niger, so we recently was in Niger coup d'etat and he was hailing it. He was even in Niger just last week. What I say, he landed in Niger to help the Nigerians soldiers to fight off ECOWAS in case there's a counter attack. So this guy has been all over the place. But mission came and mission called, say, Russia said, okay, now it's time for us to extend. So the whole mission of Russia is that, you see, first of all, Russia, no, they were the biggest and largest, they were more powerful than US, the world's most strongest, near from the Soviet Union. Okay. But the Soviet Union, which comprised of Poland, the whole countries, Ukraine, Russia, because of individual interest. Now, Russia and now US is taking over because the United States is solid as one. And even after the World War, the HRCS Eba. Into Putin, assume power no. Your campaigning on, say, American President Donald Trump or Americanism, America first, that's the same measure Putin used. Into Putin was able to galvanize the people, and as most of the prime voters, the Russians, and the whole message of Putin was make Russia great again. Even though man raga, no, literally the mantra was that. So what is it? Conquer the other small states around. like Ghana, Russia, you be conquer Benin, so ebi ebe conquer ebia
Cote
d'Ivoire, ebe conquer ebia Togo. Na ediomo near normal is like the bigger fish swallowing the smaller ones. It's we omo na conquer omo near the omaka your territory near KCS. So before I realize Russia, they will take half of Europe and then there will be a world war again. So Ukraine, that was the main reason why they were fighting off Ukraine together with other matters. And this Wagner boss, Yevgeny Prigozhin, or in the Wagner group, no, they were the people who went off and even who succeeded in fighting off the Ukraine at a point. In fact, if Russia made advances and they did well in the battle, thanks to this man. He did extremely well. The reason why Russia didn't use their military is that you are using your military to do this work. And your national coordinating, Bibi Bana, Abia, essence bar, na udu military in Ukraine, and what will you use to fight? Atmasie, akwa se obi tima nanti akoto eduane, ewe and we took car, no akọ round about now. It doesn't make sense. Save the fuel for later. So they were using this Wagner group, which was led by Yevgeny Prigozhin, to do that work. Now, this guy, there's one thing about him people don't know. He was the former chef of Putin. Oh no, Putin. In fact, this guy was a hardened criminal. I say, and name him number one only. Now, your corner test your armed robber, and what happened? Ofi jail by I don't know for politicians. After you say wabe restaurant, Putin be dead and any on my end down for. That was how he came into the game. So he was doing the fighting, and in aid he was getting contracts to drill gold, oil, and other. So that was how the Russian mercenary group were working. We do for the government, we get contracts. It's a win-win for every person. But I say, Muno, this man or the video be bar out. Video or the bar out from the war zone and at the border of Ukraine and Russia. No part say Russia for and supply the military equipments they need. In fact, video I don't know if you follow it. He did one video, they post on Telegram a lot. Orchard dead bodies, pally up Russian soldiers. Why? Because their bases don't have the needed artillery or even equipment and guns to fight off the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians are every day getting full support from NATO, US, UK, France, Germany, and co. So this man was angry. He said, "Mayako diano, yetimaji city 1, 2, 3, 4. Give us the bullets, the bombs, and the itinerary, and let's finish this Ukraine thing." But Russia didn't wanted to do that because almost some defense ministry they've exhausted the but in same P. So at a point, this man became so angry when Ukrainians started winning the war, no? And on March, the soldiers to the capital town of Russia, which is Moscow, and also one other town. I meet say Kumasi in Russia is St. Petersburg. They marched there. Almost say almost face Russia. So Abrafono termed it as a coup. An attempted coup. But me, I didn't see it as an attempted coup. I saw it like
demonstration, rebellion.
Yeah. What I said, we need this done, and you guys are not. So, Okoye, and at the end of the day, you know, this was where it all get. This was where the death, no,
started free.
And I said this was how his days became numbered. Omo marching to the city, no, Russia President Akasa, any forces be marching to the city, they'll be met with swift response. But Wagner no more does so. Into a more marching to the city, no, some Russian military helicopters, they were trying to send them off. Mercenaries, a bomb. So that small comedies in the crime system, they brought down 10 helicopters. And at the end of the day, the Russia president gave it to the demands. Almost exhaling Belarus as the neighboring country of Russia. Almost we share Putin. I'm afraid the BBA to Putin class BBA koye. But you see, this was how this man's death was sealed. A brain seminar course no. Belarus president ono so akoye say ohye ono de akwahye Putin as direct or Putin extend man. Ono help Oboye brokered the deal between Prigozhin and Putin. Now the deal was Prigozhin was going to remain in Belarus till further notice. Wagner group the group undissolving It will be at the but power is so sweet. This guy said no, he was galvanizing power and he was even acting on his own. So okay, group na blah blah blah, which we know say he helped fund it. He helped fund it. It's a ban sano and after the you say was starting undertaking measures. So in the last major telegram remark and as a response, no, he came says no, they are not going to fight the Ukraine war again. Only the Africa,
sure,
Niger to be precise. That's one of the last things he said.
Yeah.
And in that thing we say, yeah, I told you at least there was scam. But what we saw was that this man, he was moving in about 3 places. Obeko Belarus, all right. Obesan St. Petersburg, Russia. Obesan Niger. He was doing all of these things without knowing himself. Putin. You see, Putin, ni rule near Bako. I don't see it as say Putin's rule evil. We all do it. Hey, uni obi ye jumana at the end of the day, nipa ne feels oh, uye bibia, it goes against the work. No nipa ne I was telling you before, the person fan one automatically you started it, you have to end it. Mube enemies. So in this case, no, Russia, Putin, adebaku inyina abofra wo ne ngen ko bi so be catch say Putin there. Unim now try say overtake na your end. Putin unim now try so be disloyal to any your end. And at the whole world, Russia phone be clean. I'm telling you, Russia massa yam poison wa urefi say Turkey president. Urefi.
Yeah.
Or call Yamaniti ka crazy ration koi tea, common tea. It's the next time I call meeting in Russia for buy when did the whole day. What I say, and there was a video of Turkey president, even at the point in so commenting Obia in so brand or son, neba, and they didn't so brand or shiny. You remember that video? Yes. Because Russia for informing Diagro. But this guy was moving in and about town. So in Nida, and he say he was moving to Moscow, St. Petersburg. Yeah. You want to send the plane air for you show that video because a graphic. Now information about air party say Russia state forces and they shooting down the plane. Remember the plane it contained almost all the Wagner bosses.
Yeah. That's what I think they are about 10 or
10.
So.
It's when you assume you know preko. But here is the big catch. But you realize as I'm making for 2 team. This is just the beginning. This guy Wagner Prigozhin Unjimi. He knew this day will come. So even though he was moving freely, he knew he was a walking dead.
Yeah.
They have planned things. What I say? They are planning to be even though he is gone, it is just the beginning. And yet legacy, it is just the beginning. There's more to come. He knew said this day will come. In fact, there's a video trending on X, now formerly known as Twitter. Okwe musiye. Oko no two fem. And Oka say, you know the ebeko bunsem jim. But you do bunsem jim, some people will be known as the best. So what I say, some people will be known as the best. So this guy knew say one day it will happen. I say me now why declare me say me cancer. I know so I'm not going to live for long.
I learned he's in his 60s.
62 years. So he knew his days were numbered. He knew. I'm sure he has planned things down. Why in the nest of kidney bibia? But there are also scores of people who say he was not on the plane. But now no, he was on the plane. Honestly, this guy, because of YouTube policy, me because I'm a penasem and I be but Sebi Bonsam crowd, we take a clue from Bonsam. He was one person and he was able to challenge Putin. Well, on certain things, your friend also near maybe one. So this is how this Yevgeny Prigozhin we as a new one but at the end of the day, Putin made him, and they have to finish it. We made you, so we have to finish you. That is the whole thing. We made the monster. You creative monster, no. Now the monster is attacking us. So what do? We have to finish the monster. But if it's a monster, no need so be or the BBC. That is what Putin. So in Ghana, Putin, na oko meeting be outskirts town. You cook Prigozhin gidi and no buy. So they return. So Osha X Twitter, he was with his large convoy. They were returning. Now I was telling you something. Say, I'm going to give you the reason why I think. Well, maybe follow here. I did we check.
Yeah.
This guy, must I'll drop him message or telegram. Cause you can share it fast because he follow issue in the This guy, the reason why I think he was killed is because Putin knew say he couldn't be trusted. There's a thing in law. I say false onus, false homininus. Ye patch say obi kan asem baako na eyentra. Nyaka ni nyina regard it as intro. For example, ukunu opon ye no ena wan be fie ntem. Obefie live ubisa na ukunu ka sha say oh no owedwuma ma or ye meeting. Meanwhile, and that for baako post video na on any work club omo chile. So you see, even some meeting happen, because your husband have started with a lie, he has to build up lies to support that lies, which means all that he's saying is what? A big lie, or are all lies. So this guy from the beginning, Putin in so to me interesting. No matter the sitting down, and I say the deal they struck. So he coming in and out of town, a bra Putin any honor. Putin saw that as a threat. Akwa say Abia, there's an attempted coup d'etat in Ghana, hypothetically. But I'm not brassing for some time now. It's just been a month or so. Now Akuffo Addo after playing say Oko Togo haya. Listen, Oko Togo. Meanwhile, one of the military coup leaders, yes, my name Bagana be yes, Obabe Sani anti Ewa Accra. What do you think Akuffo Addo will do? So you see, all this while they were fierce in the air because the generals are now a year Wagner, Omoni, I'm not more 10. Inti Putin any town, we don't know the next motive. Say about ambushi Putin because honestly, if you take off Putin, you've gained Russia. Inti enim say about ye take you on Putin. And now say, Abia, be organized for someone saying another attempted coup d'etat yenim. Inti, I think, say, Russia president and Russia military state leaders, they saw this guy as a threat. Inti, only Wagner forces 10 airborne. They saw it said, this
is the best opportunity.
It's the best. It's either we do it now or never. What I say, and I penny for so kuma one way we trying to prep. Into young Wagner bosses ni bini and JB. We are taking all of them off. Napoleon Bonaparte, the great emperor in Europe, conquer France near the or can say or it's better to be eaten than to be eaten. See a baby with the ankamini about kununary. Do you get what I'm saying? A buone betting ya ring quadi me kunari. Oh yes, me nam we so kumya, I'll kill you first. I'm being honest with you. Me nam he opese ukumi now plan it. Let me who say the I'm going to finish you. Oh yes, because ba me so akwa say bia me ko kuma say na an robbers I attack me. Na ebi kute a second in manema. Even though they are not holding guns no, ba me so ebi twitwa me kume. They say bia me weapon bi wo me ho I'll finish you before you come to me. Simple as that. So I'm not inciting, but I'm just telling you. I go say obi about attack no obeja finish the person. What him said, so in this case, what I'm trying to say is Putin knew said no. This guy, if I don't finish him now, he can become something bigger. I mean to me handle. So the risk now, and I said the rewards now, it is lower than the risk. And at the risk, it outweighs far the rewards we get. So take him off. We lose something, but we need to be able a month or two. At your case, we move on in life because nobody grieves about the death so much. So Russia president, it's a tactical play here because honestly, for the first time, we saw say Putin's favorability polls in Russia was decreased, and this guy was next as favorable person. And Putin doesn't know that mantra. Say if you can't beat them, join them. If he can't beat you, he's killing you. What man say? If he can't beat you, he's killing you. So that is the whole thing about Yevgeny Prigozhin. Honestly, sad say he had to go this way, and I personally thought say it was a miscalculated steps. What man say? Because say Abia bia me ne me yere ebusuafo ye ko ana ye wo issue nkofo mienu miese bi mpem asem me nko mu fie enkodidi even if say 2-3 people they are not going to eat. So this guy ni timi ye ne de ye mpem asem a ye mpem asem so anka rounds no be ni nyina no baby a anka anwo so okọ Russia ena even kranka wo so ode ne hu sie kakra. You don't just move in and about. And I will be stage could the plane in them. Private
but
in
Nana, did he not an intention say was stage cool?
Everything shows.
Oh, okay.
Everything shows. See, Putin and the amount of that space for you to operate and grow. Okay? Even though the generals are saying, say, they are not going to give you the itinerary in Yemen, there was an alternative.
Which was?
An alternative said you could have equally got to Russia without any military, seek the audience of Putin, and talk to him directly. Because he didn't talk to Putin directly. They were talking on phone, but direct audience, is different. And trust me, all the groups are not more fighting Ukraine war. The most successful was your group, the Wagner. So Russia knows that they can't lose you. What am I saying? Russia knows that they can't lose you. So you have to be the master trade. But when you want to go and bite the boss, no. No. As I say, now we had a similar issue. We need to body. Even in our surrounding, somebody was making some incessant demands. But at the end of the day, we saw said no. Prigozhin, no. There could have been a better way to resolve or come to a mutual agreement. But at that time, no, Obeye say also near the other. So we say, okay, yente ku nye ni fio. And at the end of the day, sisi abako ejina, bako so ejina, but two no, as a bako still. Let's make us say yes, you're maintaining a level more. So what I'm trying to tell you is that no matter what you do, you don't bite the hand that feed you.
Sure.
What am I saying? No matter what you do, you don't bite the hand that feed you, especially when one no eshe. As I can say, one no eshe bonsu na ubona pimpim. Na ubona pimpim. Say was all you know sre na oba ne numa ne we yin say ubona pimpim, ubona pimpim no can say si unsa so. So this guy is sad, but miscalculated steps. Miscalculated steps. What am I saying? So that it's a very, very, very. If you have any questions with me, Bisam, because people want to know more.
So say now, Yeka say the plane had or no any 10 other bosses of the Wagner group. No, we know that still the group is not dead. Me sure still now people they under G. Should we look out for something aggressive, something rebellion in Russia?
Wait, that's a very smart question because in that no, yesterday Yeku reports back Yeku Yevgeny Prigozhin no. The forces now Belarus because he didn't call Ezra no. Some people the forces here two options: join the Russia army or be with the Wagner, but you can't come to Russia. So most of them decided to stay with Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin. They were the mom baby were Belarus and not more campaign. In Tindra news never see Yekuno no. What we saw was they started talking. Baby omo kasapa omo group meeting Telegram. Into what Belarus president or and they say or disconnecting internet.
Oh really?
Oh yes. Into the forces were not able to talk because if Telegram was they could have easily got in contact and staged a rebellion fast. But because the internet was disrupted, no, they couldn't. And even yesterday there were videos of some of the forces, no, they were swearing, said this is just the beginning.
Wow.
They will retaliate. What's he saying? And one thing that Russia president need to know is he created a monster. He has exiled the monster, but unfortunately the monster knew his day will come. So I'm sure, say, you see, the thing is, Kisulo Mokan, but you don't know the secret things that Wagner has planned. So that is one thing to believe to see. But I'm sure, say, there will be a counter rebellion. So a counter rebellion, a bit my idea, very, very serious. Even before this particular man will die, now Wagner no Putin enemy a new Wagner chief. already, but Wagner non started Juma because this man was there. So to me, a plant, and I don't know why he never perceived this. I don't know why he never perceived this. And also calculate.
So you think say under Gini there is a new person who will take over the group?
Oh, Russia, they've named a person already. So no new way, but yaka. But now you find see idea so and I say yes intimi hu because we so no so your boss. And we so no more so just near more loyal to him. But Russia President Putin je we di kan kase we name new Wagner chief. It is here na ye nefi ho no you take over.
The new one would take.
Oh yeah.
Send the new one or no be yes amasa to Putin.
That you see Putin is let me tell you something about Putin. Putin, Kennedy, Japan, Trump, and other people, these are the kind of people they want around them. They want loyal people, but they want people who know their rights and people who can really distinguish red from white. The Americans are and say, "Oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir, massa." You become more like a puppet, but you don't stay for long. But if you are a lawyer now, yes sir, massa, and you are also both to initiate things and do extraordinary things, you are regarded. What am I say? So Russia president open yes sir, massa, but yes sir, massa na open no. Open kofo so many years din say Prigozhin. Massa kwa ni yedin o. Hwe. Inwe mo no mo wo no, or one nam no mo hwe. Yetimi ku soldiers na no mo dem, no mo massa. Akwa ni yedin o, onye ni paketwa. You have no idea. Massa, oye video or telegram original dead body so. And I all catch him say, this guy, be tough guy. What's the US president can draw can on answer?
Yeah.
In draw Republican debate, they even spoke about this guy. What's a guy? It's miscalculated. Then you ding. In fact, Ukraine president will swap what we see Bibia. Then you ding because we know you're diplomatical or a hardcore criminal killer. Yes. So sad say we see, but then that thing say no cry or yet then cry ni ebekuno. Or yet then there was one guy here. He recently spoke against Putin. No ojoge. We do feel about it to ekuno.
Oh.
And US for it releases CCTV footage. Papa no stalking na George na papa na ye no say akokra or ride the bike.
Wow.
Odinechi. But Odinechi has or cotton is like but on ma unso Odinechi o. Ebia like emuwa ehani bibia mudidi no. You should say na boko. Nti releasing almost every street behind there was a particular bike and they follow no. So Russia for dear, honestly, you don't stay for long. CNN on report here, they say they are shocked, say the guy even lasted that long. Because
they didn't
Putin the casa immune. The casa immune hire you or kill you. Putin, no.
Yes.
No. And one thing to Americans in Ebekon is African leaders should take a clue from what is going on. This guy never forgives. Putin never forgives. Ti mo amukwa join breaks ni ade no masumu a. Munim na mo join breaks. Na mo ka se mo join bi. Enya se papa na wu.
It's serious. It's a very serious thing.
Na because Ghana ha your private jet here kwa say na mani. US omo private jet kwa about 50 unidentified planes, which means you almost say you can't see them. Omunyina surrounded the president. So before obe bomb president be check. And I wouldn't say president plane na US president or team no. On your boss a two sa bomb the born and can. So plane you see bit man last in the air for like a month.
On Sunday
US.
That time no we see from that though.
US.
That time no more confirm we
US. And they can and obe say okay nana e wo wiem 1 month. How do they keep it? On my yard in such a way so they can fill the tank in the air. I don't just come and sit here and talk. Video. They fill the tank in the air. Bruni nyansa. Now mu dia pay team and swimming pool ne se wa broni forget.
Oh, David. David, it was for currently that's what is happening in Russia. You need because we in 70. We international reporter Nana himself. The be PM so yeah the be munina.